Welcome back to Average Mice, guys, and today we are back on the Sonoma V8 Swap. Welcome back, guys. I am just another Average Mike, and today, like I said, we are back on the Sonoma V8 Swap. We have some front-end work that we need to get done, but before we get to that, I just wanted to say, please, any of the new viewers who are not subscribed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment below, so let me know what you think. But yeah, let's get to work. All right, guys, I'm here with my ball joint puller that I got from Advanced Auto. I'm pretty sure this is not exactly how it's supposed to be, but we're gonna give it a whirl anyway. I feel like there should be something, and there should be this piece down here. As you can see, it's supposed to slip over top, but it doesn't fit in the hole. So, plus we're pretty much extended as far as we can go with this clamp here. So we're just gonna ride it, I guess, see how it works. If it works, it's great. We can jump on the other one and do that one as well. But let's see if this works. Okay, so that didn't go quite as planned, although the joint came out. This piece here has to also come out. The new ball joint has that. So, but at least now I have some room. I can work with some of these adapters to push on this ring here to hopefully get that out. Let's try that. All right, this is the piece we were looking for. It did break. It loosed a little bit, and then I just whacked with a hammer. It came right out. So now we have a full hole here. We have to do the other one. We'll do that real quick, and then we have to clean this up. I'll probably temporarily mount it on the frame, or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do, but I need to paint all this up with that Pour 15, and I'm going to paint while I'm at it these top control arms Pour 15. That way we can start putting some new joints in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, this guy's out now as well. I also got the sway bar link out as well. And so what I'm gonna do is, since you guys have seen me do this tons of times, I'm just going to go ahead and paint this off camera. When I come back, everything will be painted and ready to put some new parts in. So we're here with the ball joints, lower ball joints. I want to get this kit back to Advanced Auto so we can get our money back, and once we get that money back, we will look to buy some more parts for the truck. So these are the parts that came from TR, or manufactured by TRQ. I forget exactly where I got them from, but I'll leave the link in the description. But these are lower ball joints that came with the whole package of, everything for steering here. So that's what the new one looks like. I did set this one up already. You just have to find which pieces make this work to where it's going to be pushing or pressing it into the lower control arm here. So I think I went ahead and did that pretty well. We'll see once I put some the air gun to it. It should push that ball joint down into here, and then we should be good to go. So let's give it a whirl and see if it likes it. Okay, so now we're gonna start putting stuff back together. I do want to get new shock, or not shock, but spring paddings or bushings that go on these springs. That way, this one, especially this one, is cracked in places. They do look pretty worn out. They're fairly cheap to replace, so we're gonna go ahead and buy new ones of those. But so I can't really get the lower control arm, knowing how I had it gotten out, how I got it out before. They got the spring out. I needed to basically unbolt the whole lower control arm to get the spring out safely. So I'm going to wait to put the lower control arms back on here until I get these. So I purchased new ones of these. So what I'm going to do now is kind of mock up our new parts from TRQ for the steering and stuff. We'll get everything kind of put in place, and then we'll go back and torque everything down to spec. So let's go ahead. We have new upper control arm ball joints for both sides. And then we have the steering, all the steering components inside. We do have to paint the steering gearbox with the Port 15, so we'll do that. And also, I did not get a new pitman arm, so that will also. There's no need to get a new pitman arm. There's no bushing on it. It's just an arm. So we'll have to paint that as well. So we won't put those on, but everything else will go on. So this ball joint, 4 bolts, 4 nuts, washers, everything's in place. Again, I just have to torque that down. So now we're gonna move on to this center section here. So I have the old one. I kept it around. This is the old setup here, and basically, some of the stuff that needs to be adjusted, we'll make sure we adjust it the same length as what the old one was. That way, you know, alignment wise, it'll be fairly close. So let's go ahead and start piecing this stuff together. So there we have it. We got new parts kind of mocked up. I am going to hold off on torquing everything down in order to, I kind of want all the suspension together before I torque everything. I want to get the lower control arms in, but before I do that, I have to get the spring bushings, like I had said before, because I have to kind of bring all that system, the whole lower control arm up with the spring in it before I can mount it. I think that's the safest way to do it. So that's gonna be it for tonight. We'll try to get those spring bushings in. That way we can bring up the mount the lower control arms in with the springs in them. I'm also getting new shocks because the old ones got destroyed in order to get them out. So spring shocks, and then we can mount our sway bar and sway bar end links, which are right here, and then everything can get torqued down all at once. It's probably better that way, but right now it's just kind of dangling. So but we do have to paint all this, the gearbox, and that's pretty much it for painting, but then we can get everything kind of buttoned up. All right, back another day here, and to get things started, what we're gonna do, we did pick up some new spring insulators, top and bottom for both sides. We're put them on the spring, put that on the lower control arm. We're gonna use the jack to jack this up. Compress it just a little bit, and I'm gonna do that because getting it off ended up being a challenge, because even though this control arm swung all the way down as much as it could, the spring was still under a little bit of tension, so the chances of me getting that spring back in without being a little bit under tension would be difficult. So I'm going to, again, just jack it up a little bit, try to get the back end in. We'll see if it works. I don't know. I'm not sure that's the best approach, but right now in my head, that's going to be the best approach. And all we have to do is line it up with this guy over here. You can see, yeah, line up over here with that bolt and nut. And as soon as we get that in, and there's one in the back as well, we should be good to go. So let's give it a whirl, and then we'll do the other side. Okay guys, so I got the upper control arm ball joint on up here, as you probably saw me do. We also got these lower control arms on both sides locked in. Again, everything's just loose until we go down and tighten everything once everything's done to torque spec. So now what I'm going to do is, I have the new sway bar end links. I'm going to pop that in here. I'm going to pop the sway bar. These are the two mounts for the sway bar on both sides. Keep this control arm up where it should be, or at least close to where it should be, and then maybe we can get some shocks in here too. So let's see how far we get. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I was hoping to get a little further, but this thing has been fighting me the whole way. Especially suspension parts, because you know there's a lot of parts that are under load, like springs and the sway bar. You know, it is what it is. I probably would have done a little better if I had the correct spring compressor, but we make do. I didn't think I was going to need it, but clearly we're having issues. But I think I can get through it without doing it. So next video, please stay tuned. We're gonna. I do have some new shocks to put in. We'll finish up this area here. I do have to paint the gearbox, the steering gearbox, and also the pitman arm. We'll finish up that suspension, and then I'll also paint the steering knuckles and get those pieces on, and then that will be down. We'll be back down the ground, and we can start looking to put the engine on. I'm really excited to get the engine. First off, the engine cam installed, which I got a little clip here for you. So as you can see, we are working on the engine on the side. You'll start seeing videos of that. But hopefully we'll get that engine finished up and then get that installed. And I want to do a quick mock fit of all the body panels. You actually get to see what this truck looks like. All the parts are sitting in the back, and the pickup part and the bed part. We did a front end. I did buy a front end off of a newer truck to do a front end swap on it. So it's going to be a newer GMC front end. I kind of want to mock everything up just to make sure everything's going to work and see if I need anything ahead of time. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. So make sure you stay tuned. Again, subscribe if you like the video. Hit a thumbs up. Share. Do all that stuff. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's it. So I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.